Distance education and innovation in online learning. Distance education and innovation in online learning. Topic 1. What is distance education? How has it evolved? Which are its main types? Distance education has a long history of significant and evolutive change in the way learning takes place that can be traced to mid-19th century. From basic correspondence through postal service to a vast variety of tools available through the Internet, society has increasingly embraced new forms of communication. Nowadays, it can be noted an increase in the interest and demand for distance education in its different modalities. In this topic, we will introduce the concept of distance education, trace its evolution and main pedagogic generations, identify its main types and advantages. What is distance education? It should be taken into account that distance education has always been mediated by technology. However, it is crucial to understand that distance education is not a replication of face-to-face education on a technological platform or an aggregation of digital media. Rather, it follows pedagogical principles and practices based on solid scientific research. Distance learning is the kind of education that is characterized by a physical and temporal distance between the main educational actors and is aided by technology. An adequate balance between cognitive, social, and teaching presence and a careful instructional design based on a specific pedagogical model is key to the success of distance learning. The pedagogical model of distance education is essentially based on the primacy of space-time flexibility, allowing each individual to work in their own space and at their own pace. Moreover, modern distance education, favoring asynchronous communication and interaction and third-generation technologies, is based on the characteristics and potentialities of e-learning. How has it evolved? Though we might think otherwise, distance education is not an invention of the 21st century. In fact, its origins may be traced back to Christian St. Paul for his epistles to the Corinthians, or to the first distance education course in the modern sense in the 1840s by Isaac Pitman's correspondence courses, and it has evolved along technological evolution. Explore the following infographic for a short summary of this evolution. Three generations of distance education. In a context of constant change, distance education, in its relationship with technology and pedagogy, has been following and integrating the evolution of technology and its enormous potential to the educational context. Regarding this relationship, authors have identified three generations that have developed as a result of distance education pedagogy change. The first generation is about direct instruction, which was enhanced by the cognitive revolution. Its focus is on the content and the individual learner. Behavioral or cognitive learning is necessary but not sufficient for quality education. The second generation has its focus on the process and the group learner. Constructivist knowledge is socially constructed, thus enhancing the importance of context, and it is increasingly online. Groups are necessary but not sufficient for advanced forms of learning. The third generation believes that learning is building networks of information, contacts, and resources that are applied to real problems. Connectivist knowledge is emergent, distributed, and contextualized. Connectivist focus is on networks, not groups. In summary, to be successful in providing high-quality distance learning, all three generations of pedagogy should be used in relation to the learning content, context, and expectations. Types of distance education. There are two types of distance education: delivery entirely online. In this type, students access the educational program from anywhere, which will require a computer, tablet, or smartphone with an internet connection. For example, open online courses based in open educational resources and MOOCs, massive open online courses. Hybrid education programs. In this type, learning takes place both in person or synchronously and online or asynchronously. This means that students have to attend face-to-face or synchronous classes certain times, but they also should be present in the online or virtual learning environment asynchronously. For example, blended learning. Types of distance education. Blended learning is defined as the thoughtful integration of classroom face-to-face learning experiences with online learning experiences. Its characteristics include the use of synchronous and asynchronous learning. Flipped classroom is a training methodology that extends beyond the classroom, integrating a context mediated by technology and the internet. The delivery of content is completed online prior to scheduled face-to-face activities. Open online courses are teaching, learning, and research materials in any medium, digital or otherwise, that reside in the public domain or have been released under an open license that permits no-cost access, use, adaptation, and redistribution by others with no or limited restrictions. Open online courses are available to participants, allowing them to learn without constraints of time or place and free access. Massive open online courses are designed for a large number of participants and can be accessed by anyone, anywhere, provided they have access to the internet, being open to all without restrictions or entry prerequisites, and offering a full or complete course experience for free. Next steps, we invite you to explore Topic 1, Innovation in Online Learning. What are the emerging trends? Thank you.